because it's season 5. Can you... why did we decide to do another season?
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, it's a new year, so that's when they start. Next week, I gotta figure out how many cocktail shows we've done. It's a lot. It's well over 250 now. We're pushing the 300 envelope. But thank you for here. But it is season 5. It's episode 1. It's January 1st, 2023. I've already hit my New Year's resolution. I just wanted to make sure I remember what year it was. I'm already there. Folks, it is Moose Milk Sunday.
What?
I don't even know how to milk a moose. But we did it. We've got it. We got the story for you. Folks, it's just an incredible... There's no better way to wrap up the holidays on January 1 than with a little moose milk. So come on in. I hope I get some Great North people on here because they're going to love it. Folks, Blue Monkey Quarantina, only business is monkey business and moose milk business. You know. Whatever. Here we go. Let's get it started. Here we are. So, yeah, folks, it's true. You heard it right. We're talking about nothing other than the classic quarantine. Well, it's not the quarantine. It's just a classic cocktail of moose milk. Coming to you from the Great North. Talking about Canada, folks. Look, we can get a little Canada flag over here. So, how far back does it go? Well, we don't really know, but here's how far I'm going to take it back. 1940. We're talking World War II. Canadian soldiers. They're out in the field. It's cold. They're hungry. They're missing home. They're undernourished. And what does the Canadian military feed them to help them in these dark nights?
Moose milk.
Moose milk. It's true. They gave them moose milk. It gave them nourishment, it gave them warmth, and it got them drunk. I don't know a better combination if you're fighting in World War II than warm, full belly, and drunk. But that's what they did, and nobody knows exactly who created moose milk, but everybody agrees it was created by the Canadian military, somebody in there. Now, there's some stories. So let's talk about some Canadian military. One of the explanations is it's from the Canadian Air Force. The belief is that there is the commanding officer. He reached out to the flight sergeant and said, I need you to create a drink. So this is all back, World War II times. And need you to create a drink that we can have at one of our events, social soirees, but something that would be appealing to the women that wouldn't be just straight up whiskey. Whisky, because we're in Canada. Mm-hmm. And so the belief is that this was created to fill that niche, enter the moose milk. Now, there's another version from the Canadian Navy. They say they created it, and it is called moose milk because every time the Navy, Canadian Navy, enters a port, they have a little port party, not with port wine, but what they do is they have a toast at that party, and one of the things they always say during the toast is, the moose is loose. And they created this drink and called it moose milk in honor of the moose is loose. And in fact, they say at events, once they put the moose milk out, people will yell out, the moose is loose, so you know the punch is ready, and you go get your moose milk. So here's the crazy part. This is still served today. So there's one more part of this story, which is, again, folks, if you don't know the excitement that happens in the 8 minutes of research, but when we decided to do a drink, and I was on the edge on this one, Shelby, correct?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I want to do another holiday cocktail because it's January 1st.
And I just wanted you to say moose milk.
And she just wanted me to say moose milk many, many times over and over, which I'm doing quite well at.
You are.
So as I'm doing my 8 minutes of research, I find out that, in fact, there is one more story about where moose milk started, and that is at the Canadian Levee Day. Now, Canadian Levee Day is basically celebrated on New Year's Day. So, Canadian New Year's Levee Day is right now. And historically, this was a time, and again, it was a government military function, and it was a chance for all of the residents of town to meet kind of the government officials. And they would have basically what they would call a levee, a party, on New Year's Day, today. And one of the things that would be served, Shelby?
Moose milk.
Moose milk. So, full circle, it's Canadian New Year's Levee Day. There's some people right now drinking some moose milk. I guarantee it. So, still being drunk today. Still getting drunk today. And now, here's the thing. There is no one recipe. So, first of all, you have to understand that normally, if you try to find a recipe for moose milk, I don't Google a lot of moose milk stuff. You get some weird stuff. I'm just telling you right now. But if you do find recipes for moose milk, it's like, 2 gallons of this or a liter of this, or they're big recipes. And the thing is, they're all over the place. Now, here's what we know. The historical recipe basically focuses on 4 ingredients. Liquor, normally, originally they believe it was whiskey and then rum, but people still use vodka. You can use anything you want. We're going to use a Canadian whiskey, WHISKY, today. Seems appropriate.
That makes sense to me.
So you have liquor, you have cream, you have eggs, and you have sugar. Now, over the years, because everybody's scared to death of raw eggs, although not in our bar, we do it all the time. But the more common recipes...
It's a drink this is an Allen approved drink.
This would be Allen approved. Because what most recipes now do is they've pulled out the eggs and sugar and subbed in vanilla ice cream. So you still get that creamy texture, the sweetness, all that. And it's ice cream. I mean, it's incredible. So the other thing you will find out is if you ever go to a Canadian military event, such as Levee Day, typically those recipes are very simple. They're straight up. It's just liquor, cream, eggs, and sugar. The more common recipes, though, that are like more of the social functions and people that homes and things like that, they're spiced up. So one of the most common things you'll see are things like maple syrup for sweeteners. And one of the most common is with coffee. And that's what we're adding to ours tonight. So we are making our moose milk coffee kick up. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
It's not a bad recipe either. It looks like a lot of fun. So first thing you need is your half and half. So Paul, can I do skim milk? I mean, of course you can, but don't, right? All right, so 2 ounces per. I don't know how big this drink's going to be, so I'm going to split it up into 2 because I feel like this drink could be big. Even though I pared this recipe down, it's still big. So 2 ounces of half and half. And you will notice by the end of this recipe, there will be no moose milk added. I did find out, though, that you actually can milk a moose.
Very
And
carefully.
I do not try this at home, but they actually make moose milk cheese.
I wonder what that tastes like.
I don't know. Moosey.
Like chocolate.
Like chocolate mousse. Yeah. All right. Then ice cream. You need 3 ounces of ice cream. So that is, just so you use a tablespoon to scoop it, that is like 6 tablespoons. We're going to probably, So, side note, when did Disney, over New Year's, Christmas, this is New Year's, and on the menu at a tiki bar in Disney was the back scratcher, which is a delicious cocktail, which we've made on the show. Now, how good was it? Folks, they had the back scratchers as the garnish the way it should be.
Where the original bar doesn't serve it.
Yeah, with that, they gave up. So that was 2 3, 4,
I knew that'd come in handy.
5, and 6. This is your... By the way, you probably use these as a back scratcher, so... And no, they're clean. And then over here, we're going to go 1, 2... Are people loving this?
I am.
3...
I don't know who all we have on, except for Mike and Ash, who hopes that the Bengals
4.
bring home tomorrow.
Amen. 5. One more. I did let this sit out a little bit to make it a little soupier, so hopefully it'll mix up nicely. We're going to find out how this all works.
Sure, the liquor will.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Down.
All right, so there's your ice cream, sugar, eggs portion of it. Then we're going to come in with whiskey. Again, we're doing Canadian. Oh, it smells nice. 2 ounces per. 1 for me. And
Marmer's loving this.
1 for Shelby. God, this has got to be something delicious, right? So it's basically like this hopped up, like eggnog on steroids, I think.
Kind of.
That's where I'm going. Then we're going to come in with coffee. So basically just some fresh brewed coffee. We're going to go 2 ounces of coffee. One. 2 on the coffee. And then Kahlua. I mean, how is this not going to be delicious is what I want to know. We're going to go 1 ounce per 1 and 1 for Shelby.
That smells amazing.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this drink at all right now. And then we're going to come in and, oh boy, we're gonna try this. I've seen the pros do it. Stepping up our game this year, folks. Double shake. Look at this. You ready? Actually, that mixed up pretty well, you know? Hold on. 1 and 2. And then get our little... I just feel like this is the right glass to do it in, right? Garnish. Ground nutmeg.
Oh, nice.
So get out your nutmeg dispenser. I'm sure everybody has. Let the nutmeg... Ooh. Try not to spill much. And then... put your nutmeg away. Save it for a rainy day. Put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. And then we're also going to come in with a little emergency. Emergency, starting the new year off right. Emergency, not sponsoring seasons 1, 2, 3, or 4, and probably not 5 either. Emergency, we still love you. Just a little, because orange on that with the little orange, right? Mm-hmm. Folks, there it is. There is your official moose milk quarantine cocktail. Smells amazing, obviously. Coffee, nutmeg. Emergency.
Ice cream.
Oh my God. The clock's chiming telling me you've hit a home run here because this could end up being... I'm going to come around. Let's do a little cheers here. Give that one a little... Folks, there it is.
That's pretty amazing.
Right? I mean, sink. Oh, is that great or what?
That's incredible.
So the coffee's in there. That hits you. The whiskey you can't even taste, right?
Mm. It adds a little kick.
You heard it here, folks. Moose milk
It cuts
kick.
the sweetness.
It does cut the sweetness. I will give you that because it's not an overly sweet drink. It's rich, But
it cuts the richness.
it's fantastic is what it is. Folks, so there it is. That is your moose milk cocktail. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I picked the drink before my solid 8 minutes of research, I was not familiar with Levee, realizing that it was actually today and that this cocktail miraculously is being made and served on the perfect day. I did pick it for another reason. I picked it because of the moose, Shelby.
Go on.
The moose. I picked it because of the moose spirit animal.
Go on.
You ready for this? I know you like your spirit animals.
I do.
The moose is a spirit animal. Strength and determination. Those are the characteristics of the moose. And when you see a moose as your spirit animal, you are reminded to stay grounded and focus on your goals. That's the purpose of the moose. I believe at the beginning of this new year, one of the things we all do is we strive to have these goals and resolutions, whatever you want to call them. But that's one of the issues is staying determined to focus on those goals for the whole year. Mm-hmm. So I believe in 2023, you go get your moose on.
I love it.
And you stick to those goals. The moose is loose. Get those goals conquered. Come on, folks. Here it is. Moose milk cocktails for everybody. We good?
We're good. We wish everybody a wonderful, happy new year.
We do wish everybody a happy new year. I hope it's fantastic for everyone. We're glad to be back. We are going to have some fun shows coming up. We're going to have some more guests this year. We've already talked to some people. And we're going to have some themes that are a little different. We'll always have a cocktail. But you know what I would like to do? Like in my head right now, I would like to do a show on the history of the stuffed olive. Oh. Like, how did the olive become stuffed? Was it a moose who started that? I don't know. Anyway, folks, anyway.
You have to get their little hooves.
Yeah, how would the moose? There's no way. I don't know. They seem, yeah. Anyway, folks, Happy New Year. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the beginning of another year. Cheers. The moose is loose. 2023. Cheers. Love you. We're out of here.